Jai Guru. Question. How long should I be using the Nam mantra for? Answer. For as long as it takes to purify and remove all the layers of illusion, the concepts, the attachments, etc. You should use it until you are established as your true nature, without any vacillations. Question. I am no longer interested in relationships, but I think it would be nice to have a companion to journey with. Is it possible to be in a relationship that is non-dualistic? And how would that look like? Answer. If a couple is interested in non-duality and putting it into practice in their daily life, then yes, it is not only possible, but will be very beautiful and rewarding. If the couple is engaged in removing the false identity and uncovering the one reality, then there is, let us call it, no delusionship at play, but rather a recognition of oneship, with the understanding that there is not two, but only oneness, just presence being with presence, then what transpires is expansion and freedom, a deepening and elevating sharing of love. That love is not coming from the ego that wants to get something, but from simply bathing in the presence, from presence to presence. Question. Since initiation, my practice has brought about self-transformation. I no longer recognize my former self. I seem to live on the borderline, flipping between illusion and reality. However, I don't seem to be able to cross over because of fear. In fact, on the edge of that precipice, I am consumed by terror. I am afraid of losing myself. Answer. It is great to receive news from you. You have been popping into my head quite a few times. Great to hear that you have made a lot of progress. You know that the idea of losing yourself is not true, because all that you think you will lose is illusory. But still, that fear can be overpowering. At this point, more courage is needed. Courage will come from making sure that the teachings are completely absorbed, that there is total acceptance. Having strong conviction that you are that reality is essential and must be established within you. Secondly, here the upkeep of devotion to the masters is also very important. Communicate with them, bow to them, surrender to them. All of this will remove the last vestiges of illusion and rid you of the fear you experience. Question. I am bringing up my children, teaching them and influencing them in the way that I would have liked to have been influenced. They see me sitting quietly, and so they imitate me and stay quiet. It is important, I think, at a young age to bring them up with spiritual values and a calm environment. Answer. Children need to be given the freedom to explore the world and develop and grow spontaneously. At that beautiful, never to be repeated age of innocence, they should be allowed to express themselves and make noises, laugh aloud, scream and shout. Make sure there is a balance at home for fun time or playtime. By imposing a rule of silence at home, if only indirectly, it is a type of suppression which is not healthy. At this tender age, which is very impressionable, they will already have learned to repress the natural flow of expression because they have been taught that mum or dad will get angry if they don't stay quiet. There are many years ahead for you to share the spiritual values you hold. For now, let them also have some fun. Let them be free. Question. You seem to contradict yourself. You gave me one answer to a question, and then I heard you give a different answer to the same question to someone else. Answer. There are no contradictions. What I said to you was right for you at that time, and so was what I said to the other person. Both answers are correct because they are what was needed to be heard. Plus, I don't remember what I said to you. Whatever response is given flows out and is then forgotten. Question. Is it in agreement with the lineage to say that the true identity is like a changeless background screen on which both animate and inanimate images appear and disappear, like in dreams? Or is this another concept the mind attaches to? Answer. Yes, this statement is in agreement with the lineage, and yes, it is also a concept. Use it as a teaching to guide you, and then drop it. Question. Are there masters that live in obscurity? And if so, is their realization less than the well-known and more publicly available masters? Answer. Yes, there are masters who live in obscurity, but why would their realization be any less? Perhaps you're confusing self-realized beings to self-realized beings who teach. There may be many self-realized beings around that we do not know about, but very few teachers. Self-realization is not a qualification to teach. Teaching is a skill. Question. I seem to be drifting away from the practice, sometimes for a week or two, though I do find that your Q&As are very helpful. Every day I read Nisargadatta and Ramakant. I know it is all about the books. Answer. Try not to let it go for so long. I thought you were going to say a day or so. And it is not all about the books. As long as the knowledge remains book knowledge, then the knowledge is not your own. Maybe the Q&As help more because they are immediate. What is stopping you from meditating? Questioner. Just distractions like family life. I used to get up very early and meditate, but I have not been doing it for a while, but I will get back to it. Answer. You can't let it go for so long. Don't take life for granted. If something happens to the body and you have not fully woken up, then another dream is bound to happen. As Maharaj repeated again and again, casual spirituality will not work. At least meditate in the morning to give yourself a good chance to stay centered throughout the day. It is like having a good breakfast. Nourish the spirit first thing in the morning, and that way you will not fall so easily into illusion throughout the day. Question. The Q&As are wonderful because I see that there are others that have the same struggles as I. and even just knowing that has the effect of making me feel that I am not alone. It gives me both comfort and hope. Answer: good to hear. Now that it is nearly a year since they began, I am currently collating them for another book. Question: I watched the documentary about Maharaj. I loved it. It is a work of love. Thank you. I have watched it twice. Answer: watch it again and again. It is not just a documentary. When you see Maharaj, you are receiving darshan. There is a transmission from the Master. Don't watch it with your head, but with your heart. See it like that. Watch it more often, immerse yourself in it, and let Maharaj fill your heart, from presence to presence. Jai Guru.